Welcome back to the channel. Like and sub if you enjoyed the video, thank you. Chapter 50, The Vision Realized. The dawn of a new day brought with it a sense of anticipation and accomplishment. Green tech innovations had come a long way since its inception, and now, standing at the pinnacle of their achievements, the team prepared for a monumental event that would symbolize their journey and set the stage for their future endeavors. Tom stood by the window of his office, looking out over the bustling city below. The preparations for the Green Tech Global Summit were in full swing. This event was not just a celebration of their accomplishments, but a gathering of minds from around the world to discuss and collaborate on sustainable solutions for the future. Ready for the big day? Sarah asked, stepping into the office with a smile. Absolutely, Tom replied, turning to face her. This summit is a culmination of all our hard work. It's a chance to inspire others and build a network that can truly drive global change. The team had invited environmentalists, innovators, policymakers, and community leaders from across the globe to participate in the summit. The agenda included keynote speeches, panel discussions, workshops, and exhibitions showcasing green tech's projects and technologies. The summit began with an opening address by Tom. Standing on the stage, he looked out at the audience filled with influential figures and eager minds. Welcome to the Green Tech Global Summit. Today, we celebrate our collective journey toward a sustainable future. We are here to share, learn, and collaborate because together we can achieve extraordinary. He spoke about Green Tech's journey, from the early days of small projects to their current global initiatives. He highlighted their successes in Bangladesh, Kenya, and other regions, emphasizing the importance of community involvement and innovative thinking. Next, Sarah took the stage to discuss the Green Tech Academy and the importance of education in fostering a sustainable mindset. Education is the foundation of our work. By empowering the next generation with knowledge and skills, we ensure that the pursuit of sustainability continues long into the future. Mark presented their latest technological advancements, showcasing the solar tidal hybrid energy systems and other innovations that had proven successful in various regions. Technology is a powerful tool in our fight against climate change. Our goal is to create solutions that are not only effective but also accessible to all. Lisa spoke about the significance of community engagement and transparent communication. Building trust and fostering collaboration with local communities is essential. Their insights and participation are invaluable in creating solutions that truly meet their needs. David wrapped up the presentations with a focus on partnerships and financial strategies. Securing funding and building strong partnerships have been critical to our success. By working together, we can pool our resources and expertise to drive meaningful change. The summit continued with various sessions, each filled with lively discussions and exchanges of ideas. Attendees shared their experiences, challenges, and successes, creating a rich tapestry of knowledge and inspiration. One of the highlights of the summit was a panel discussion featuring Tom, Dr. Elena Rodriguez, Dr. Karen Mitchell from the World Bank, and several other notable figures. They discussed the future of sustainable development, the role of technology, and the importance of international cooperation. Dr. Rodriguez emphasized the need for holistic approaches. We must consider the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainability. By integrating these elements, we can create solutions that are not only effective but also equitable. Dr. Mitchell highlighted the role of financial institutions. Funding sustainable initiatives is crucial. We need to support projects that have the potential for large-scale impact and scalability. The collaboration with Green Tech Innovations has shown us what's possible when we invest wisely. The audience was engaged, asking questions and offering their perspectives. It was clear that the summit was not just a showcase, but a catalyst for future collaborations and initiatives. As the day drew to a close, the team gathered for a final reflection. Tom looked around at his team, Sarah, Mark, Lisa, David, and the many others who had contributed to their success. We've accomplished so much together, and this summit is proof of the impact we can have when we unite our efforts. The next morning, the team received news that the summit had generated significant interest from various organizations and governments. Requests for partnerships and proposals for new projects started pouring in. The momentum they had built was undeniable. Tom, and his team sat down to plan their next steps. "We have a responsibility to continue this work and to expand our reach," Tom said. "We've shown what's possible, and now we need to lead by example." Sarah suggested, "Let's prioritize projects that have the potential for the greatest impact. We need to balance our efforts between immediate needs and long-term solutions." Mark added, "We should also continue to innovate. Our technology is a key driver of our success, and we need to stay ahead of the curve." Lisa emphasized the importance of communication. "Transparency and community involvement have been central to our approach. We need to maintain those principles as we grow." David focused on the financial strategy. "With the support we're receiving, we can scale up our operations significantly. We need to ensure that our resources are managed efficiently to maximize our impact." As they planned, the team felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were not just reacting to the world's challenges, but actively shaping a sustainable future. In the weeks that followed, Green Tech Innovations embarked on several new projects. They expanded their work in Africa, launched initiatives in South America, and began exploring opportunities in Southeast Asia. Each project was approached with the same commitment to innovation, community engagement, and sustainability that had defined their previous successes. One evening, as Tom walked through the bustling Green Tech headquarters, he reflected on their journey. They had grown from a small team with a big dream to a global leader in sustainable innovation. The challenges they had faced had only strengthened their resolve, and the successes they had achieved had shown them what was possible. As he looked at the faces of his dedicated team, Tom felt a deep sense of gratitude. They had come together to create something truly remarkable. Green Tech Innovations was more than a company. It was a beacon of hope and a force for good in the world. The journey was far from over. There were still many challenges to overcome and many communities to help. But with each step forward, they were building a brighter, greener future for all. And so, with determination and vision, Green Tech Innovations continued their work, knowing that the future was in their hands and that together, they could achieve the extraordinary. Chapter 51, New Horizons in South America. Tom gazed out the plane window as they descended toward the dense, verdant expanse of the Amazon rainforest. The thick canopy stretched as far as the eye could see, a living testament to the raw power and beauty of nature. Beside him, Lisa was reviewing their plans for the trip, her brow furrowed in concentration. "We're about to embark on something special, aren't we?" Tom mused, breaking the silence. Lisa looked up from her tablet and smiled. "Definitely. This project could set a new standard for sustainable development in one of the most critical ecosystems on Earth." Their mission was clear. Green Tech Innovations had been invited by a coalition of indigenous tribes and local environmental organizations to help implement sustainable agricultural practices and conservation strategies in the Amazon. This was a region of immense biodiversity, but also one under constant threat from deforestation, illegal logging, and unsustainable farming methods. As they landed and made their way to the remote village where the meetings were to take place, Tom couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. They were entering a world with its own rules, rhythms, and deeply rooted traditions. Success would depend not only on the effectiveness of their technology, but on their ability to earn the trust and cooperation of the local communities. The village was a small collection of wooden huts nestled within the forest, with children playing near the riverbank and villagers tending to their daily tasks. Tom and Lisa were greeted by the village elders, their faces lined with age and wisdom, and the leader of the local environmental coalition, Carlos. "Welcome to our home," Carlos said warmly, shaking their hands. "We've heard much about the work Green Tech has done around the world. We hope you can help us preserve this land for future generations." "We're honored to be here," Tom replied. "Our goal is to work with you to create sustainable solutions that respect the environment and your way of life." Over the next few days, Tom and Lisa immersed themselves in the community. They listened to the stories of the elders, learned about the indigenous methods of agriculture, and observed the intricate relationship between the people and their environment. It was clear that the Amazon was more than just a place to these people. It was a vital part of their identity and culture. Lisa, with her background in community engagement, took the lead in building relationships. She spent hours with the women of the village, learning about their daily routines and discussing how green tech's innovations could be integrated without disrupting their traditions. Tom, on the other hand, focused on the technical aspects. He worked closely with Carlos and other local leaders to map out areas where sustainable agriculture could be implemented without harming the forest. They discuss how green tech technologies, like solar-powered irrigation systems and eco-friendly fertilizers, could be adapted to the unique conditions of the Amazon. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sounds of the rainforest filled the air, the village gathered for a traditional ceremony. The elders shared stories of their ancestors, their connection to the land, and their hopes for the future. Tom and Lisa were deeply moved by the experience, feeling a profound sense of responsibility to ensure that their work honored these ancient traditions. The next day, they held a community meeting to present their proposed plan. Tom and Lisa stood before the assembled villagers, their hearts pounding with anticipation. "We've listened to your stories, learned about your traditions, and studied the land," Tom began. "Our proposal is to introduce sustainable farming practices that will allow you to cultivate your crops without depleting the soil or harming the forest. We also want to help you protect your land from illegal activities and ensure that future generations can continue to thrive here." Lisa added, "We're not here to impose our ideas on you. This is a partnership. We'll work together to adapt our technology to fit your needs and respect your way of life." There was a long pause as the villagers considered their words. Finally, one of the elders stood up. "We've lived in harmony with this land for generations, but we know that times are changing. If your technology can help us protect our home without losing who we are, then we will work with you." The relief that washed over Tom and Lisa was palpable. This was the first step in what would be a long and challenging journey, but it was also the most crucial one, earning the trust of the people they had come to help. In the weeks that followed, Tom, Lisa, and the Green Tech team worked tirelessly with the villagers to implement the project. They installed solar-powered water pumps to irrigate the crops without draining the rivers, introduced organic farming techniques to enrich the soil, and set up monitoring systems to detect and prevent illegal logging. As the project took shape, the village began to thrive. Crops grew stronger, water was used more efficiently, and the forest remained untouched. The villagers were not only preserving their land, but enhancing it, ensuring that it could support them for generations to come. One day, as Tom and Lisa prepared to leave the village and return to their headquarters, Carlos approached them. "You've done more than just bring technology here," he said. "You've shown us that it's possible to protect our traditions while embracing the future. For that, we are grateful." Tom shook his hand, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "Thank you, Carlos. We've learned as much from you as you have from us. This is just the beginning of our partnership." As they boarded the plane back home, Tom and Lisa knew that this project in the Amazon would serve as a blueprint for their future work. It was a reminder that true sustainability wasn't just about technology. It was about people, culture, and a deep respect for the natural world. And so, as the Amazon disappeared from view, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. Green Tech Innovations was not just building a company. They were building a movement, one that could change the world by honoring and protecting the planet's most precious resources. Chapter 52, Innovations in Education. The sun was just beginning to rise as Sarah sat at her desk, staring at the world map pinned to the wall of her office. Green Tech Academy's logo was emblazoned across several locations, each representing a branch where they were already making a difference. But today, she was focused on 2 new pins, one in Kenya and the other in India. These would be the next locations for Green Tech Academy, and they were about to embark on a mission that would bring sustainable education to some of the world's most underserved communities. As head of Green Tech's education division, Sarah had always been passionate about the intersection of technology and learning. She believed that education was the most powerful tool for change, and with Green Tech's resources, they could empower people across the globe to build a more sustainable future. Ready for this? David's voice brought her out of her thoughts. He stood in the doorway, holding 2 cups of coffee. Sarah smiled, accepting the coffee. "I've been ready since the day we launched our first academy. But this feels bigger. We're expanding into regions where the need is so great, and the potential impact is enormous." David nodded, taking a seat across from her. "That's why we're here. These are the kinds of challenges that drive us. The plan was ambitious. Green Tech Academy would open new branches in Kenya and India, each tailored to the specific needs of the local communities. In Kenya, the focus would be on sustainable agriculture and water management, areas where education could dramatically improve livelihoods. In India, the academy would address urban sustainability and renewable energy, providing training that could help alleviate the pressure on the country's rapidly growing cities. Over the next few weeks, Sarah and her team worked tirelessly to develop the curriculum. They partnered with local educators, NGOs, and government officials to ensure that the courses would be relevant and impactful. The goal was not just to teach sustainable practices, but to create a lasting legacy by empowering local leaders who could continue to work long after Green Tech had moved on to other projects. Sarah knew that success would hinge on their ability to adapt to local conditions. In Kenya, where many communities still relied on traditional farming methods, the Academy's courses had to be practical and immediately applicable. They would teach techniques like crop rotation, water conservation, and organic farming, with a focus on improving yields without harming the environment. In India, where rapid urbanization was straining resources, the curriculum needed to address the challenges of city living. The courses would cover everything from waste management and pollution control to the installation of solar panels and other renewable energy systems. The goal was to help students become leaders in their communities, driving the adoption of sustainable technologies and practices. Finally, the day came to launch the first of the new academies in Kenya. Sarah and David arrived in Nairobi to a warm welcome from their local partners. The academy was set up in a newly renovated building on the outskirts of the city, close enough to reach the rural communities they aimed to serve, but still accessible to those in the city who could benefit from their programs. The opening ceremony was a vibrant affair, with local officials, educators, and community members all gathered to celebrate the launch. As Sarah took the stage to deliver her speech, she felt the weight of the moment. "Today marks the beginning of a new chapter," she began, her voice steady with conviction. "Green Tech Academy is more than just a school. It's a place where knowledge meets action, where ideas become reality. Our mission is to empower you, the people of Kenya, with the tools and skills needed to build a sustainable future. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to work with you, to learn from you, and to create solutions together." The applause that followed was thunderous, and Sarah felt a surge of pride. This was why she had joined Green Tech, to be part of something that could change lives. The first few weeks were intense as the Academy's courses began. Students from all walks of life enrolled, from young farmers eager to improve their crops to city planners looking to integrate sustainability into their projects. The classrooms buzzed with energy and ideas, and Sarah spent her days moving from one session to the next, ensuring everything was running smoothly. One of the highlights for Sarah was meeting Amina, a young woman from a rural village who had enrolled in the academy to learn about sustainable agriculture. Amina was passionate about bringing change to her community, and her enthusiasm was infectious. "My family have been farming the same way for generations," Amina told Sarah one afternoon. "But our crops aren't yielding what they used to. I want to learn how we can do better, not just for us, but for the environment too." Sarah was struck by Amina's determination. "You're exactly the kind of leader we need," she said. "With the knowledge you gain here, you can make a real difference, not just for your family, but for your entire community." As the weeks turned into months, the impact of Green Tech Academy became evident. Amina and her fellow students began applying what they had learned, and soon, stories of improved crop yields and better water management started spreading. The academy had become a beacon of hope, a place where people could come to learn, share, and innovate. Meanwhile, in India, the academy's launch was equally successful. The urban sustainability courses were a hit, with participants eager to tackle the challenges of their rapidly growing cities. Sarah was particularly proud of a group of young engineers who had developed a prototype for a low-cost, solar-powered water purifier during one of the academy's workshops. Back in Nairobi, as the first cohort of students graduated, Sarah stood before them, feeling a mix of pride and humility. "You are the future," she told them. "The knowledge you have gained here is not just for you. It's for your communities, your families, and your country. Go out and make the world a better place." As the graduates celebrated, Sarah knew that this was just the beginning. Green Tech Academy would continue to grow, reaching more people in more places with every passing year. And with every new student, they were one step closer to building a sustainable future for all. Chapter 53, Urban Sustainability Initiatives. Tom adjusted his tie as he stepped out of the cab and onto the bustling streets of Mumbai. The city was alive with energy, a cacophony of honking horns, chattering crowds, and the distant hum of construction. It was a city on the rise, but also one facing significant challenges as it grew at a breakneck pace. Today, Tom and his team were here to launch Green Tech Innovation's latest project, a comprehensive urban sustainability initiative aimed at transforming Mumbai into a model for green living in megacities. Lisa joined him, holding a tablet filled with notes and presentations. "You ready for this?" she asked, her voice tinged with excitement. "As ready as I'll ever be," Tom replied with a smile. "This city has so much potential, but we need to be smart about how we approach this. It's not just about introducing new technology. It's about integrating in a way that makes sense for the people who live here." Their first meeting of the day was with city officials and representatives from local environmental organizations. The conference room was packed, the air thick with anticipation, as Tom and Lisa took the floor. "Thank you all for being here," Tom began, his voice confident yet humble. "Mumbai is a city that's rapidly expanding, and with that growth comes significant challenges: waste management, energy consumption, pollution, and the need for green spaces. Our goal is to work with you to create a sustainable urban environment that can serve as a blueprint for other cities around the world." Lisa followed up with a detailed presentation of their proposed initiatives. The plan was multifaceted, addressing several key areas: waste management, renewable energy, green spaces, and community engagement. "First, we'll be introducing an advanced waste management system," Lisa explained, showing a diagram on the screen. "This will include widespread recycling programs, composting initiatives, and the introduction of waste-to-energy plants. These plants will convert non-recyclable waste into energy, reducing the city's landfill usage while generating power." The room murmured with approval as the officials discussed the potential impact. "We also plan to increase the city's green spaces," Lisa continued. "Urban parks, rooftop gardens, and vertical forests will not only help improve air quality, but also provide much-needed recreational areas for residents." Tom could see the enthusiasm building in the room, but he knew that the most challenging aspect was yet to come: energy. "Our most ambitious goal," Tom interjected, "is to transition a significant portion of Mumbai's energy grid to renewable sources. We're looking at solar panels on rooftops, wind turbines along the coastline, and even exploring tidal energy from the Arabian Sea. This will not only reduce the city's carbon footprint, but also help alleviate the energy shortages that many parts of the city experience." The officials asked questions, eager to understand the logistics, costs, and timelines. Tom and Lisa fielded each inquiry with precision, emphasizing the importance of collaboration and community involvement. "We can't do this alone," Tom concluded. "We need the support of the government, local businesses, and most importantly, the people of Mumbai. This isn't just about technology. It's about creating a sustainable lifestyle that everyone can be a part of." The meeting ended on a high note, with promises of further discussions and collaborations. As they left the conference room, Tom and Lisa felt a renewed sense of purpose. The project was off to a strong start, but they knew the real work was just beginning. Over the next few months, the Green Tech team worked tirelessly to bring their vision to life. They partnered with local NGOs to launch educational campaigns, teaching residents about the benefits of recycling and how to implement it in their daily lives. Community centers became hubs of activity, with workshops on composting, energy conservation, and urban gardening. One of the biggest challenges was convincing businesses and homeowners to invest in renewable energy. The initial costs of solar panels and wind turbines were high, and many were hesitant to make the switch. To address this, Tom and Lisa worked with financial institutions to create incentives and subsidies, making green energy more accessible. "We need to show them that this isn't just good for the environment, it's good for their wallets too," Lisa remarked during one of their many strategy sessions. "Long-term savings from lower energy bills and government incentives will make this a no-brainer for most people." As the months passed, their efforts began to pay off. The waste management programs were gaining traction, with recycling rates increasing and the first waste-to-energy plant breaking ground. Rooftop gardens and vertical forests were sprouting across the city, bringing a touch of green to the urban landscape. And most importantly, more and more buildings were adopting renewable energy, slowly but surely transforming Mumbai's energy grid. One day, as Tom was visiting a newly installed solar farm on the outskirts of the city, he received a call from the mayor's office. The mayor wanted to meet with him to discuss the project's progress. "You've done something remarkable here," the mayor said as they sat in his office overlooking the city skyline. "Mumbai is changing, and it's thanks to your team's efforts. People are starting to see the benefits of sustainability, and it's becoming a part of our city's identity." Tom felt a surge of pride. "We couldn't have done it without the support of your office and the people of Mumbai. But there's still so much more to do." The mayor nodded. "I know, and that's why I'm here to offer my full backing for the next phase of your project. Whatever you need, we'll make it happen." With the mayor's endorsement, the project entered its most ambitious phase yet. Tom and Lisa expanded their efforts, focusing on improving public transportation by introducing electric buses and expanding bike lanes. They also launched a program to retrofit older buildings with energy-efficient systems, reducing the city's overall energy consumption. The impact was undeniable. Pollution levels began to drop, energy shortages became less frequent, and the city's green spaces provided a much-needed respite from the hustle and bustle of urban life. Residents were embracing the changes, proud to be part of a city that was leading the way in sustainability. As the year drew to a close, Green Tech hosted a conference in Mumbai, inviting city planners, environmentalists, and government officials from around the world to see what had been achieved. Tom and Lisa presented the results of their work, sharing lessons learned and plans for the future. "Our goal was to create a model for sustainable urban living," Tom said in his closing remarks. "But what we've achieved here in Mumbai is more than that. We've shown that with the right tools, the right partnerships, and the right mindset, any city can transform itself into a beacon of sustainability." The applause was overwhelming, and as Tom looked out at the audience, he knew that this was just the beginning. Mumbai was only the first step in what would become a global movement, one that would see cities around the world embracing a greener, more sustainable future. And with green tech leading the way, the possibilities were endless.